Aye.
Purely tradition.
So, judging, how many years have you been judging now, Walter?
Oh, I would say since about 1985, somewhere about there. I judged pipe bands for a wee while, but mostly indoor mini bands, stuff like that. And
we had a wee word about that off camera, so let's just kill that subject stone dead. What's your views on pipe band judging and you being involved?
Well, I feel, and again it's my opinion, it may be the opinion of others, that there should be some sort of consultation with the judges. I mean, they're not even allowed to speak to each other during the competition. And with the size of pipe bands nowadays, you're talking in excess of 20 pipers and 10 side drummers. You can be at the other side of the band and something happens at one side that your colleague can hear. And
so this would maybe explain the disparity between placings between two piping judges.
I'm sure fortunately it doesn't happen very often.
It
doesn't happen very often, and it doesn't happen too often in the major competitions. But I feel that they should be able to consult with each other. One opinion was that you could get a very dominating character within the group of judges and he would dominate the proceedings, but that shouldn't be allowed to happen. But that's, again, as I say, that's only my opinion.
So, okay, leaving that aside, the solo piping, you obviously thoroughly enjoy sitting on the bench there, and you do converse with your fellow judges.
That's it, yes.
And so you do all the major competitions. You've been at Glenfiddich a few times?
I've done Glenfiddich 3 times, I think.
What's the difference between judging at Glenfiddich, which is sometimes probably wrongly termed as a champion of champions because it's the end of the season? What's the difference between there and the atmosphere at Gerser Gathering and Northern Meeting?
Again, it's one competition on one day, so the audience is focused on the one competition. The Gerser Gathering, you've got and Inverness, you've got the choice of maybe 3 competitions going on at the same time.
A lot of different events.
And the Glenfiddich, the audience participation, it's the audience sitting there, and for the players the tension must be tremendous.
And of course you've got a very small catchment of players.
That's right.
You've only got 12, 14, something like that, 10,
I think
14.
it's 10, I think.
So they're pretty selective there, depending on the track record of these players that season with the other major competitions where they get to play at Glenfiddich. Whereas you've got a bigger field at the Gerser Gathering and the Northern Meeting, haven't you?
Although it's limited, but it's a big field. It's a big field. The Gerser Gathering, as I say, there's about 10 play, but they have the Peabrook in the morning and the Larks Spain Rule in the afternoon. And this year, for instance, it's good to see a couple of the younger guys got their nose in. Young Callum Beaumont. And there's Ewan McCrimmon. It'll be a terrifying experience for young Callum, but I'm sure he'll handle it well.
What about the standard of piping in general, solo piping in general? Has it risen over the years since your day? Is there something missing now that was present at that time? Could you discuss that for a second or two?
The standard is higher, I think. I've got to be honest. It galls me to say that, but I think there's so many young, good players going about.
And what way is it a higher standard? I mean, you could discuss instruments, you discuss finger dexterity, discuss the music.
And there's people who are prepared to travel for tuition now.
Yes.
I mean, you get the guys coming from across the pond, and they're becoming more sort of, how can I, when they came across first, and I might be a wee bit controversial here, but they didn't smile very much.
Uh-huh.
They were so dedicated to what they're doing because they spent a lot of money getting there.
Of course.
But now they come across and there's, you know, smiles in their faces, and
Aye.
they were all good guys.
Uh-huh.
In the early days,
They get Bill Livingston and others coming across.
Bill, and you know, once you get to know these guys, they're fine.
Aye.
But some of them, you know, did they smile too much?
Aye.
Because they were concentrating so much and having spent so much money getting across here.
Serious business, really, for them.
Some of the guys that were over here, you know, they could relax a wee bit more because they hadn't to fork out for airfares and stuff like that.
And if they broke down this Saturday, get another game next Saturday.
That's right, aye. And if you came across from Toronto or Vancouver and you broke down the first part of the march,
That's good night.
that's it.
Aye. See you next year.
Vienna, that's it.
See you next year. Aye.
Oh, see you next year.
Aye, instead of, you know, another set of games in a few days' time. Aye.
I can fully understand.
Aye. So I was harking back about the standard a minute ago. What about the way March and Spades and Reels are played? Are they played musically? Is the music there today in comparison to your day?
Most of the time, yes, aye.
Okay.
One thing I would say that the pitch of the bagpipe is sky high now.
Uh-huh.
It can't go much higher.
Right.
Either that or we're going to lose the top hand.
Aye.
The drone sound, you know, there's so many different types of drone reed going about. Very well made.
Yeah.
Sounding in the main very good.
Uh-huh.
But some of the older guys, more experienced guys, think the keen reeds, you're getting that wee bit more sort of resonance from it.
Aye, you're getting the harmonics coming out of the instrument.
Aye.
Aye.